Hello everyone, welcome to the 10th and the final video from the asset series for this year. So as you can see, we have 4 different asset questions from grades 6, 7, 8 and 9 of the asset math paper. Let us see how to solve each one of them one by one. The first question on the top left here. It's a mensuration question. We see a diagram. It says Ankita is making a poster for her college festival and she is writing and drawing within a rectangular space which is 1 meter in length, it's marked, and 80 centimeter in breadth, leaving a margin of 5 centimeter all around. So what's the length of her poster? The length is already given to be 1 meter, and in addition to it, both sides we have a margin of 5 centimeter here, 5 centimeter here. So 5 plus 5, 10 centimeter. So basically this should be the length of the entire post. Now the options are all in meter, but here we have 1 meter, 1 centimeter. For ease, let us convert everything into centimeter first and convert it back into meter finally. 1 meter is 100 centimeter. So that plus another 10 centimeter gives you 110 centimeter, and 100 centimeter makes a meter. So if you have to convert it back to meter, we have to divide the 110 by 100. So 2 zeros at the bottom. So the decimal place which is here should shift here. 1.1 meter should be the final answer. Even if you choose to have it converted here itself, 10 centimeter will be 0.1 meter. So 1 meter plus 0.1 meter is obviously 1.1 meter. Either way, you get the same answer. Coming to the question on the top right, it's a grade 7 asset question. K by 2 equal to 20. For the equation above, which of the following will give the value of 2k? Now first, from k by 2 to become 2k, first this bottom 2 has to be got rid of. If you multiply once by 2, this will disappear and you will get k. To make it 2k, you will have to multiply it again by 2, which means you have to multiply it by 4. And normally, in an equation, whatever operation or manipulation you do on one side, the same thing should be done on the other side, so as to keep the original equation unchanged, so that you're not altering it. So obviously multiply both sides of the equation by 4. Part A makes sense. Part B says divide only the left side. And part C is divide only the right side, multiply only the right side. So all of these, doing it on one side itself is wrong. And even then when you divide it by 2, k by 2 by 2 will give us k by 4. So that's dividing it by 4. So it will not give you 2k. Dividing the right by 2 again means dividing the left by 2 because it's equivalent. So that is also not correct. Multiplying only the right by 4. Okay, here what they are saying is multiplying only the right side by 4, 20 into 4 will give us 80, which will directly give us the value of 2k. When you multiply both sides of the equation by 4, what will happen is into 4 into 4, correct? It's as good as not having anything. When you do into 4, you'll get 2k equal to 80. That is correct. But for the equation, which will give you the value of 2k. So any operation that is done should be done on both sides. So this should be the correct answer. Because for D, only the right we are doing, 2k doesn't come here. You will get k by 2 equal to 80, which is wrong again. Coming to the question on the left bottom. It's a grade 8 question. It says 9876 divided by 12 is given to be 823. What is 9876 by 0.12? Clearly, explicitly they are mentioning no need to actually calculate. What is the reason of this being given? Because you have to make use of this to arrive at the answer without actually having to calculate. Now, the only difference is that 12 has become 0.12. It is common knowledge that when the denominator decreases, the fraction becomes bigger in value. Right? That's common knowledge. So 12 is becoming 1.2. What is happening? 12 is getting divided by 100 in the denominator. So if the denominator is getting divided by 100, it is equivalent to multiplying the numerator by 100. Correct? Division by a fraction is multiplication by reciprocal. 12 by 100 becomes like this. Obviously, since this portion is said to be 823, the result multiplied by 100, 82300 will be the correct answer. So this is how you should make use of calculating with tens or multiples of tens, or dividing with multiples of 10. You can use the property, accordingly move the decimal point or add the required number of zeros and arrive at the final answer. The final question here on the right bottom is a grade 9 question. It's little long, let us read it. A Pizza Express sells 3 types of pizza: cheesy tomato, fresh veggie and peppy paneer. One day the number of fresh pizzas was 2/3 the number of cheesy tomato and 2/5 the number of peppy paneer. So we see that there is very less number or no number given here. It's just some relationship fraction between the three. So let us begin by writing that cheese is, sorry, it says fresh veggie, I think, not cheese. The relationship is fresh veggie is 2/3 of cheese. Fresh veggie is also 2/5 of paneer. Now, since these two are given, veggie in terms of cheese, veggie in terms of paneer, it means 2/3 of cheese is equal to 2/5 of paneer, which means cheese is 3/5 of paneer. Now, what we will do with this is, since we don't have any numbers here, we can take simple numbers that will help us with calculation to proceed. The question asks for the fraction of total pizzas sold that day. So, total pizzas we cannot say, but since we have an estimate for the cheese, for the veggie in terms of the cheese and paneer, let us assume that if peppy paneer, the number of pizzas was 10. Since the denominator is 5, I am taking 10 so that it will easily get cancelled. So I am saying number of peppy pizzas is 10. This is my assumption. So cheese is 3/5 of the paneer. 3/5 into 10 will give me 6 pizzas. So peppy paneer is 10 means cheese is 6, and we already have fresh veggie is 2/5 of this. So 2/5 of 10 will give me 4 pizzas. So now you see that in one day, if peppy paneer is 10, cheese is 6, fresh veggie is 4. So 10 plus 6 plus 4, totally 20 pizzas are sold that day. Although this information is not given in the question, we got it. Because all we need is a fraction. They don't want the total number. So, in one day, if 20 pizzas were sold, what is the fraction of fresh veggie pizza? Clearly, fresh veggie of the 20 pizzas, only 4 was fresh veggie. So, 4 of 20 is how much? What fraction is 4 of 20? Clearly 20/4 is 5, which means 1/5 of 20 gives us 4. So 1/5 is the fraction of fresh veg pizza sold for that day. So for questions like this, where minimal data is given, we will have to take a simple number into working, make use of the relationship given and find the answer. I hope that was helpful. I will see you all in another video. Thank you.